state colleges should be free. This is my views. How many of you think that state colleges should be free? By show of hands. Why is that? Someone give me one or two reasons from your own, your own judgment or what you've noticed. Anyone from the audience?
I mean,
Volunteer.
I believe state colleges are already run by the government in the states, so I don't see the need for additional, like, additional payment for education if the state is already looking after it.
Very interesting point. Anyone else? All right. Okay. Well, I'm going to add to what you said, and then hopefully amplify it. Well, okay. So, the reason why I believe, I wanted to do this topic in the first place, is because I believe, as students, there's already a burden of being in college. It's bad enough to carry books all the time in your backpack, walking all the way to your apartment and back on campus all the time. And tuition is just another thing because most of us can't even afford it because it's just too expensive. And what I don't understand is why can't the state fund all of it? If it's a state college, they're supposed to be ownership of the school. So in that case, why can't they fund our tuition? If we are citizens of the state's supposed to be serving us. That's what we're talking about in one of my later points. So my two main points today. Oh, by the way, I've been researching this topic for months now, so I have quite a bit of knowledge in this area. So I shouldn't sound like an idiot when I'm talking about it. Alright. So the two main points I want to elaborate on today are reasons why I think state college should be free and the impact it would have on us if we're to be in that case. Now let me start with the good reasons why it should be free. This is my specific purpose for the speech. Hopefully keep that in mind. And these are the two reasons. One, it's the responsibility of the state to serve us, the citizens. Obviously, if the state's not doing that, why are we even in the state in the first place? Why are we paying all this money? There's no reason why we should be paying the money if the state owns the school. Why is it called a state school? Like, is it because the state just owns it and then we have to fund it? Aren't they supposed to fund it? Aren't they supposed to do everything else? Well, according to an article, Why Colleges Should Be Free by Kenneth Warren and Samira Santi, a news anchor that was covering, the previous Democratic presidential election before the main election in November, said that 63% of students who enrolled in college go on to graduate. Well, why is it this way? You have to look at all the burdens that we have to go through. Just to even come to college is a burden itself. So, I feel like if you want more people to graduate, you have to provide more resources there for us. No, free tuition would be an excellent resource because it would help all of us. We wouldn't have to worry about, tuition or anything. We'll just come to college, get our education, and then leave. Not have to worry about that at the end of it all. Which, of course, everybody wants that, wouldn't you? We'd all want that. Because that makes us, put us in a better state of mind where you don't have to worry about anything. And also, it'll put us on the road to being more successful in the future. Another good reason is, like I just mentioned, I pretty much put all the two reasons together. Like, it gives us a better chance to graduate. Because, if these statistics show 63% only graduate, why can't it be 90 or why can't it be 95? Well, obviously, it's back to this root problem. The state isn't doing its job. And so if the state does its job, it gives us more money to go to college. We don't have to pay for any textbooks, no transportation, no housing. If the state could pay for all of that, imagine where we'd be right now. We wouldn't have to worry about this stuff with the weather. And then these are the three impacts it would have on us. Less stress, wouldn't have to worry about much. It would give us more motivation to actually finish college because, excuse my language, who the hell wants to be in college thinking about tuition all the time and then worrying about when they're going to finish? Like, what sense does it make? So obviously, more motivation to finish. And also, as I put in the third point, the state would be producing more workers and more graduates, because the more graduates you get out, the more a better workforce you have, because they have more people to hire in the companies and hospitals and stuff like that. How are you going to get these people? You have to make sure they go through college. How are you going to go through college? Give them incentives to work with. You don't give them anything to work with, how are they going to be motivated to even go to college? So see, that's where the main problem is. And I believe if the state colleges were to be free, these are all the impacts it will have. These are positive impacts. They're not negative impacts at all. If it were to be in the case where, state colleges were to be free, but they weren't providing the incentives, then obviously there's no point in state college. That's just the way I would see it. And there's a little picture of, a college student, which most of us are there right now. And then half the college students in class, which most of us aren't, but anyway. And these are my references. And so, let me conclude everything. Our conclusion would be, I gave you 2 reasons why, or I gave you reasons and impacts why state college should be free. And also, my purpose was to hopefully persuade you to, take a stand on what I believe, and take a stand on my reason why college should be free, or state college should be free. And so, hopefully this will motivate you, to maybe get active in student government or something, or advocate for, to the government to push forward this, agenda. Because I believe it's a good agenda. We all go through the same struggle. We're all college students, and I feel like, if we're all in the same struggle and we work together, we'd be helping each other. Who knows, maybe other people who go to state schools in Indiana, not just Ball State, would all get free tuition. They'd be thanking us because we had to go out there and push for that. And they're just there suffering, and then we just free them. So we'd all be enjoying the same benefits. And I feel like, with that, it'll motivate more people to go to college, and then, you're getting a better workforce, you're getting more educated people. It gives you a better country. More citizens are educated, more citizens want to do something with their lives, rather than just,